I'm sure maybe you've seen the topic today. It's about the challenges of maternity leave that mothers are experiencing today. This is what I want to bring up and how you can avoid maybe falling into a deep water. So today I'm going to talk about maternity leave challenges, and also the reason why I decided to bring up this topic is not because personally I've experienced anything, but because I've been following the news and also have people, friends around and other people who have experienced one way or the other some difficulties in their maternity leave, yeah, and also because I also want to call mothers to attention on this, and also the precaution they can take to avoid like falling into a deep water. Yeah, so this is something I decide that I want to bring. Yeah, but friends, like although like 163 countries provide guaranteed for paid maternity leave for new mothers, for example, the United States does not provide that guarantee. Yeah, but in fact, this maternity leave statistics put the US in the same boat like the Lesotho, Papua New Guinea, or Swaziland, not Switzerland, but Swaziland. Yeah, and Australia, for example, is the only country. Good evening, Jordan. How are you this evening? You are very welcome. Good evening, Stella. You're very welcome this evening. Yeah, and Australia is the only other industrialized nation that offers no paid maternity leave for new mothers, but it does offer 12 months of unpaid maternity leave. That is, even though they will not pay you, but they also give you the privilege that you can take 12 months, that is 1 year, without paid for maternity leave. Yeah, but so what does the US offer for new moms today, if they don't have all this maternity leave guarantee for new moms? But what do they offer us today? Let us examine the laws for pregnancy and maternity leave up close in the US and also one or two other places. The first federal law that... Good evening, Eleanor. How are you this evening? Good evening, Tanvi. You're very welcome. The first federal law that you should be aware of is the Pregnancy Discrimination Act. That is for the US. The act that makes illegal the act that makes it illegal for employers to fire or maybe refuse to hire or even deny a woman a promotion just because they are pregnant. This is the law, the federal law here. But however, it also provides, the same law does, this law, it provides no job protection to new parents on maternity leave. It doesn't give you protection, but it gives you the protection of employer being like discriminate to hire women or maybe firing them just because they are pregnant. That's what the laws is about, yeah? And also the second law that will be very, very important if you are pregnant or you are expecting or you are planning to have a child in the near future. The second law you will need to look into is the federal law that you should be aware of, is the Family and Medical Leave Act, the FMLA, yeah, which provides millions of workers with up to 12 weeks of unpaid job protected time offer for maternity leave, or maybe even for recovery from some kind of illness, up to only 12 weeks. That is like 3 months. Yeah, so imagine if you're a mother, you give birth to your baby, then it means you only have 3 months to be with your child, and then you have to find a daycare or a babysitter to look after your child whilst you go back to work. Yeah, so this is this law, this FMLA, they provide for mothers going for maternity leave. So if you happen to be so lucky, the thing is, if you happen to be so lucky, your company also may offer paid short-term disability to help you with your maternity leave and also recovery from child birth. But some companies are stricter than others in allowing a new mom on maternity leave to qualify for this benefit. Not all the workers that are qualify for this benefit, yeah. So the thing is, you want to ask your HR representative, that is your human resources, if this is an opinion for you, if like it's something you think you want to like check out more, yeah, or furthermore. You know, while most of you can maybe depend on this FMLA, while most of you may depend on the FLMA to guarantee you a return of your jobs, most workers cannot, yeah, because the FMLA only applies to businesses with over 50 employees. So maybe if you're in a company with below 50 employees, then most likely this does not cover you. This particular law does not cover you. So the FMLA protects working women and men who have been with the same employer for at least 1 year and have worked for at least about 1,250 hours over the course of that 1 year, yeah? And it's still yet 40% of workers do not fall within this same boundary, this 1,250 hours within the 1 year. It's not even all the employees who fall under that boundary, yeah? But yet still more workers who are eligible for the FMLA coverage simply cannot afford to take maternity leave without pay, even though they have this possibility to go without pay, but yet still they cannot take this they cannot take the leave without pay because they cannot afford it, yeah. And in one survey that went on in the US, 78% of workers who needed FMLA but did not take it said that they could not take it because they couldn't afford the unpaid leave. So what does this mean for you, for your maternity leave if you are based in the US? What does this really mean? It means that you may have to end up your maternity leave before you are ready to even leave your baby home. Imagine if it's like only 3 months, your baby is 3 months old, and then you have to go back to work. So to avoid these scenarios, a lot of parents start their own home business so that at least they are out of this headache. Then what about you? Maybe you don't have your own business, but what can you do? So if you are pregnant, or maybe you and your spouse, you are anticipating or thinking or planning to start having children, you want to start like considering your options before you go on maternity leave or before you even become pregnant, yeah, so that you does not fall into a deep water that tomorrow will affect you or your economy badly, yeah. But here are some options you can also start to consider if the need call for, yeah. So job sharing, for example, you can check about job sharing. You share your job with another person that you cut your hours in the middle, and cutting your hours to, it means like cutting your hours to the half, sharing with somebody else, then it means you are going on part-time, say to say, yeah. So this allows you to spend more bonding time with your baby home, your newborn baby, while you are having some income coming home, yeah. So well, again, it also depends on the company, if the company will allow you to do that. So it all depends on the company's own rules and regulation, yeah. So in a sense, you are working part-time, just like I said. When you divide your hours in two, you talk with your company. If they said yes, then you go on part-time, yeah. But this would be based on you and the company in contract. Another thing you can also think of doing, what you can consider is telecommunication. Maybe like if you're a secretary or something like that, working from home may be a possibility if you have a computer, a good internet connection, and even if you have a company telephone. Yeah, at least while you're on a partial maternity leave, then you have this kind of option. A lot of jobs, a lot of companies give this options that you can work some days or some hours every week home. And which gives you the options to work from home at least a couple of days in a week. Yeah. And also another option you have is another option you have you can rearrange your budget. You can rearrange your budget to stay home at least temporarily whilst you are taking care of your child. Yeah, and another thing you can also consider if you're you're planning to go on maternity leave, or maybe you're on maternity leave, you want to start your own business. This is another option, especially like maybe if you have not already been pregnant, or you're planning to become pregnant. You can already start by your own home business to prepare you for that moment. Yeah, this I highly recommend, especially for mothers. I highly recommend this. Yeah, there are so many possibilities out there of different type of business you can do. For example, from starting your own child care business home. Like if you know mothers living in your area, you can also start talking with them and start your own child care home, that they will come and leave their children home to you, and you still make income whilst you're also bonding with your child home. Then your economy will not really have this kind of shaking. And also you can also start to like maybe sell goods on eBay, for example. You have a lot of websites. You can start to sell goods. You can start to do your own products. It depends what kind of product or what kind of business you're capable of doing, or you love doing, or you have passion about. Just like my video yesterday, I talked about this lady, Stevens, who have passion of baking, and day like today, she's very successful. She started from nowhere, and then now she's worldwide. She's very known. So your passion, you can also turn your passion into a business. So that's what it's very important for you to think about. What is it you really, really love? If you love knitting, you love to design flowers, or whatever you think you love, you can use that to start your own home business, so that at least you don't find yourself in this situation where your economy will be shaking. Yeah, and as a new mother, you will not want all this stress, because as a new mother, we already have stress with maybe sleepless nights and crying babies and things. Then adding up with the economy on top, you will not want all those stress. So that's why it's very important that you want to really think ahead of your economy situation, so that you get that out of the way. Yeah. And this morning as well, I posted on my fan page a story about a mother who is selling goods on eBay. Now she's home with her children, homeschooling them. Well, that's her own choice, but the point I want to bring, at least she have more time with her children. At the same time, she's also making income as well. Yeah, so you have your own choice. You have different choices you can make on how you want to develop your economy, so that you don't experience problem when you come back from your maternity leave. Yeah. So you may want to, if you have interest on that, you may want to go on my fan page and read about it. Maybe it will inspire you on what she said, and that is completely her own words. that I posted, or maybe you can see something that will trigger you, or maybe you know someone that you can also relate this experience to as well. Yeah, well, because this is not my own story, it's not my own story, it's her own story, but to inspire, it also inspire me as well as a mother. So the US has a long way to go to protect working moms, and many families simply can't afford to live on one income, on the husband's income alone. And there are many single moms as well that we also need to consider, who have no choice but to go back to work, because when it's singular, then it's only one economy. Then they have no choice but to go back to work. They also can also start to think and consider about different ways they can start to look into, so that they can grow their economy as well. So with a little creativity and some luck, you may be able to work around the system, so that you'll have more even bonding time with your baby and a longer maternity leave before going back to work or something like that. And so it is very, very important to clarify this. If you are pregnant, or if you are pregnant, it's very important that you may want to clarify this with your company or with your boss before even going on maternity leave, because you know one thing, that the laws, they keep changing all the time. So you want to make sure you want to stay at pace with the laws, so that you don't fall victim with the law, not like going out over the law, but maybe you didn't realize that laws have changed. What you knew yesterday or last week or last month is not the same thing. So you want to make sure you keep up to date with the law, especially when going on maternity leave. So that at least you rest assured you are on the safe side. So this is only for ones living in it's not only for ones living in the US, but also globally. No matter where you're from, you may also want to check with your company, or you may want to check maybe every government, where they have their laws, they have websites. So maybe you may also want to check the websites and read about laws on maternity leave or on pregnant women, and then you discuss that with your job. So when you check out the laws for pregnant moms and maternity leave, you want to make sure that you clarify that, like I said before, clarify that with your job, so that you are on the safe side. It is very, very important, and also keep all documents that you have, or conversation that you have with your boss. You want to make sure you keep them as a proof. So in case maybe the laws change, then they want to include in the new law, at least you have documents to prove that this was our conversation. This is the document I have, so that you are still on the safe side. And if anything may happen, then you don't have to worry too much. So I brought this because the reason is a lot of moms, they really don't know about this, and I've been talking with a lot of people as well, watching the news, the media, reading as well, and these are things that is happening, and you don't want to fall victim of when you're on maternity leave. So it is very, very, very important for you to check the laws that are going on in the part of the world you are, whether it's in the US, in Europe, or Africa, or wherever. You want to make sure you check the law, and also make sure, especially if you're working, if you have a daytime job, you really want to make sure you check the laws. But if you have your own business and things, you are self-employed, you don't depend on salary from a day job, then definitely you don't have problem on that side, because you decide your working hours, you decide how you want to run your business. But if you have thank you, you're very welcome this evening. But if you have a day job, it's very, very important that you make sure you check out all this information. But I would definitely recommend that. So many mothers now, they are going into self-employed. They start their own business, because they don't want all this headache and things. And also when you think of childcare, the payment, it's expensive. So you will save so much on not only childcare, your time, and you also have a lot of benefits with bonding with your child, getting to know your child better, seeing your child their first, hearing their first word, their first food, seeing them taking their first step. All these memories, you want to be part of it. So it's very, very important. If you're a new mother, it's very important that you really make sure you settle all this area or clarify all this area, and then you're good to go, yeah? But if you have passion for something, whether it's knitting, whether it's doing flowers, whether it's baking, whether it's maybe breeding, doing hair, whatever passion you have, you can use that to start your own business. You can definitely use that to start your own business. So definitely, I hope you will want to check this information out so that you will be on the safe side, yeah? So this is all I have for you, friends, today. Since my focus has been mainly on mothers and how they can start their own business so that they can have more time for their children and their family. So if you want more information, or maybe you want to know how to start your own business, you want to know how I'm doing it, you are very, very welcome to contact me, and I will definitely give you guidelines that I'm using, that I also started off with, and the tool that I'm also using that has been helping me to grow my business. And maybe if you've also started your business, maybe you experience that you are stuck, you don't know how to move on to the next level, maybe you're having difficulty in generating leads, or maybe how to communicate with prospects, you can always contact me. How to get customer for your business, you contact me, I will definitely help you out with that, okay? So this is all I have for you this evening. I want to thank you, Angela. Thank you so much. Yeah, you have some crazy people out there. So definitely, I've blocked him already. So I don't. Yeah, I've already blocked him. So he's not. Yeah, he's no more there. So I want to thank you all so much who joined me this evening. You're all. Let me see what. No, donate is not only for, it's anywhere. You can check what you are in Sweden, because the laws changes all the time. The laws changes all the time. So you want to check, because even quite recently, even on the news, I had US, they have been changing laws. There's also new laws, but which will be a plus for break from maternity leave, that they have been also anticipating on that. I think it's couple of days ago, I also heard about that, but they have not passed the law, but it's something they've just started saying. But you never know. This is how government, they talk, and then eventually they pass the law. So it's very important. So it's not only for Denmark or for US, but for all over, you want to check the laws. Yeah, the laws on maternity leave. So to make sure that you are on the safe side. Because I remember, my first daughter is 17 years. I remember many years ago in Denmark, we used to have, you can go up to 2 years, which I remember vividly. But now they've cut down on all those. You can go highest. They give you 6 months, and then with full pay from your company, or where you're working. Then if you want to go extra, take extra a month or 6 months, the company will not be paying you, but it's the government that will be paying you, but you will not get full payment. They will cut it down. So a lot of mothers find themselves, after 6 months, they are going back to work. And that's it's in Denmark now, that after the six months, you have to go back to work. Or if you want to continue your leave, then definitely your, what is it called? The government will pay you, because you are paying tax for that, but they will not pay you full, like your company has been paying you full when you for the first 6 months. Yeah. So things are changing all the time. So you want to check out with what the country you're living, how is it with maternity leave, so that you know that you are on the safe side. Yeah. If you know you will be on the downside, then for me, I will encourage that you start to think about what is your passion and start your own home business slowly by slowly growing it up. Yeah. Yes. In Denmark, they call it barselsdagpenge, which is not much. It's very, very little, which is not much. That one also, I've gotten that one. It's very, very little compared to what I used to get from my job when I went on maternity leave. The first 6 months, it was a full salary like you're working. But then the next, if you want to extend your maternity leave, when the government is paying you, they cut it, and it's very, very little you get. Very, very little. And I think it's the same thing in Sweden as well, but I'm not 100% sure. But I know that's how it is for Denmark. Because I have 5 children, so I've been through all those different. My first daughter is 17, so 17 years ago up till now, and my last kids, they are 2.5. So I've experienced all those different changes of laws, yeah? So that's why it's very important that you want to make sure you check them out, no matter where you are. Exactly, Donette, yeah. So no matter where you are, you make sure you check it out so you're on the safe side, because laws are changing every single time. Every single day the laws are changing. Good evening, Lovetta. Good evening, Auntie Liz. Good evening, Mabinti. You're all very welcome. Hi, Frances. You're very, very welcome this evening. Yeah. So I want to hi, Priska. Yeah. So all of you who joined me this evening, I want to thank you all so much. And I will continue with the same line of thoughts until this week. Then next week, I will go into a whole different topic. But again, it's well, should I say it's in the same line of thoughts in how to build your business, yeah? But it's a different topic in itself altogether. But it's the same how to build your business. Yeah. So thank you all so much, and I hope you guys had a lovely evening, and I'll see you all tomorrow again, same time and same place, Facebook Live, yeah? You all have a lovely evening and enjoy your day tomorrow, and it's bye for now.